All right, what is going on YouTube? It's me, Alex, back here with a new video, and now it's already week 5. Okay, week 5 is around the corner, and the preview is the Houston Texans coming into Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens. Now, for us Ravens, we're coming off of an ugly loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, 37-20. It was really an ugly one, and we should have won that game. And now for the Texans, they're coming off of a shutout win over the Titans, which is actually their first win of the season, which is good for the Texans. Now, for us going into this game, there's going to be a couple things different heading into this week's game versus the Texans. And what I know about us is that we're going to be going into this game with some unusual things, but we should still be okay. Even though that we're right now at 1-3 like the Houston Texans, is that there's going to be a couple injury news right here. So there are some injuries that I noticed, okay, which is that for this game, there could be a possibility that Lamar Jackson is going to be out because he sustained a hamstring injury, and it's going to keep him sidelined for about 2 or 3 weeks, which is going to include the bye week because our bye week is not until week 7. So this is something that we got to keep an eye out for. And I know for the Texans, when I look at the Houston Texans, it's that for the first 3 weeks of the season, the Texans were dead last in points scored. There was something going on with the Houston Texans, is that they should have got their first win in week 3, but their first win of the season didn't come until last week. Because the Texans, their offense has been acting unusual. Maybe, if I'm not wrong. Whatever is going on with the Houston Texans, because you know that they got Stroud. Should have seen how CJ Stroud performed this week. And for this game, there are key factors in what we got to do if we're going to win versus the Houston Texans, okay? Because for this season, now that we're 1-3, and it's only week 5 coming up, we're 1-3, and there has been crazy stuff happening. Injuries. You should see what is going on with our defense. Ugly news. 1, our defense, okay, is literally injured. 2, our run defense is ranked 30th against the run. This is really not good. We really need to get back on track for this Sunday if we're going to win versus the Texans. It's going to be a home game. Now, there's a lot of other injuries to explain. And I also heard the news that we're going to be without Nnamdi Madubuike for the rest of the year because of a neck issue he's dealing with. That is a tough blow to our D-line. And lately, we've been without Kyle Van Noy. I really want Kyle Van Noy to come back in this game because I've been hearing that Kyle Van Noy has been coming back to practice, which is good. Travis Jones has been practicing. Nate Wiggins has been practicing. And for our D-line is really going to have to step up this week. If Kyle Van Noy, Jair Alexander, and Travis Jones are going to come back this Sunday, they're some key players for our team. What I also know is that, like I said, if Lamar is not going to play, Cooper Rush is going to be taking over. And Lamar, if he's not going to play this week, like I said, he could come back next week or heal for the whole bye week and then come back week 8 when we face the Bears. Because there's going to be a lot going on in this game. Because right now, what is going on with our team is very unusual. And it's happening all of a sudden. Like I said, our defense has been not good. We have not been the Ravens who we were. It is so strange. If our defense, if our whole defense didn't get injured the other day versus the Chiefs, we would have still caught up with the Chiefs and still put up a fight. And this is why we got blown out. Our defense was hurt. And I know Lamar, he's been missing practice because of a hamstring injury. Crazy news. And we could also be without Kyle Hamilton this Sunday. There's no way we're going to be without Kyle Hamilton this week. Kyle Hamilton, okay, he was injured. And we're also going to be without Marlon Humphrey. It said that Marlon Humphrey is going to miss a couple of weeks with an injury too. Roquan Smith as well. Those are big names of our defense that we're missing right now. And Ronnie Stanley went down with an injury. We've had a couple injuries in last week's game versus the Chiefs. Because now that we lost to the Chiefs, we're 1-6 versus the Chiefs overall. And with the Houston Texans coming into town, it's going to be down to Cooper Rush to help the Ravens for this coming week at home when we face the Houston Texans. I know that for the Houston Texans, we've been owning the Texans, both in the postseason and regular season. And will the Texans win against us this Sunday? We're going to have to see, because I know that most of the time we've been beating the Houston Texans, but they've never beaten us in our home stadium. If the Texans come into Baltimore and win, it'll be the first time in their franchise history that they'll win in our stadium on the road. I mean, it's been a while since we've lost to the Houston Texans. So far from what I've been seeing from our team, it's very unusual. It could be a coaching problem. It could be a defense problem, injuries. By now, we should have been 3-1. And sadly, we're 1-3. What is going on with us? And another factor in this game, if we're going to win this game, not only we have to get some key players back on defense, but including Pat Ricard. Pat Ricard hasn't made his season debut yet because he's still dealing with that calf issue. That's our guy, Pat Ricard. And Kyle Hamilton being out, that's something that we got to take care of. Roquan's not going to be active. Marlon Humphrey won't be active. This injury report that I've been seeing lately is so just mind-blowing. And we got to find a way on how to keep up with the Texans, and slow down their run. Because their running back, Woody Marks, scored 2 touchdowns last week when the Texans won last week. And we got to find a way how to shut them down. If Travis Jones is going to come back along with Kyle Van Noy, I'd like that. Another factor in this game is that we have to give the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has been limited, on the run for the past 3 games. Not only he's been working on avoiding fumbling the ball, but we need to keep giving him the ball and let him get 100 plus yards. The last time that he reached 100 plus yards was in week 1 against the Bills when he fumbled that late carry and we lost that game. Derrick Henry has been really limited, and we need to give him the ball and let him run with the ball. That's what we really have to do if we're going to beat the Texans this Sunday. Because I know that this injury list is so unusual. I know we have a good offense, but the problem is our defense is just messed up. And we really got to do better this Sunday versus the Texans. And we'll see how it's going to go. Hopefully Lamar will get better soon, including our other guys. Nnamdi Madubuike, I wish him a speedy recovery. Roquan and Marlon Humphrey, I wish them a speedy recovery too. They should be back by either week 8 or week 9. We might have to see. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you.